strategies to spawn him fast. Also, he can only be spawned in the 3rd sea, so yeah. Now let's begin. Alright, to spawn the Dokkan, you first need to have the Cake's Chalice, and to get the Cake's Chalice, you need a God's Chalice and 10 Conjured Cocoa. You have a chance to get Conjured Cocoa from the Cocoa Warriors and Chocolate Bar Battlers. They're located at the Chocolate Island and the material is pretty rare, so it might take some time if you don't have the 2x Boss Drops Game Pass. And for the God's Chalice, well, there's 3 ways you can obtain it. The first method is by praying, the second method is by elite pirates, and the third method is by chests. If you didn't already know, you can pray at the Haunted Castle by interacting with this miscellaneous. Must be nighttime. And if you're lucky, you can get a God's Chalice along with other nice rewards. 1% chance. But that's not very practical as you can only pray once per night. So let's move on to the second method. Another way you can get the God's Chalice is by getting it from a chest after your server is 4 hours old. You can check the date you joined a server by pressing Shift and F9. And if you aren't on keyboard and mouse, just type /console in chat. The first line shows the time you joined the server. So after 4 hours you can get a God's Chalice from a chest. But you won't get it first try from a chest as the chance is super low. It usually takes me about 15 minutes collecting chests to finally get it. And I have the 2x Boss Drops Game Pass. Only one person can get it from a chest. Once you get it, you'll have to wait another 4 hours. So this method isn't recommended for public servers, as someone else can get the God's Chalice before you and you can't know the server's age. The next method is elite pirate hunting, which is by far the best way to get the God's Chalice. If you talk to this NPC at the Sea Castle, he'll tell you if the elite pirates have spawned, and which island they're on. When you defeat an elite pirate, you have a 2% chance to get a God's Chalice, and elite pirates spawn every 10 minutes. So yeah, if you want to know more about elite pirates, I suggest you go watch this video. But anyway, those are all 3 methods you can use to get a God's Chalice. Once you get a God's Chalice and have 10 Conjured Cocoa, go to this NPC at the Chocolate Land and he'll craft you a Cake's Chalice for both of those items. Once you get a Cake's Chalice, you'll have to defeat 500 enemies at the Cake Island. You can check your progress by talking to the Drip Mama NPC at the Cake Land. Also, you can ask people to help you defeat the 500 enemies as the enemy counter counts for the entire server. So if you're lucky, you might be in a server where some people have grinded enemies at the Cake Land. So you might only need to defeat 250 enemies instead of 500. Once you've defeated the 500 enemies, interact with the NPC and he'll spawn a Dokkan. If you want to spawn a Dokkan, make sure the person who has the Cake's Chalice interacts with the NPC. If someone else does this interaction and they don't have the Cake's Chalice, the NPC will spawn the Cake Prince boss, not the Dokkan. The Cake Prince is not the same as the Dokkan. It's weaker and doesn't give a mirror, fractal, or red key, used to unlock Do raids. So make sure the person who does the interaction to spawn a boss is the one with the Cake Chalice. Now that's how you spawn the Dokkan boss. Just note that this boss is extremely hard to defeat, so make sure you have people helping. Now here's the strategy you're going to use to spawn a Dokkan fast. Using this strategy, I spawned the Dokkan in around 20 minutes. And here's the proof if you don't believe me. As this guy wanted me to spawn the Dokkan for him for a fruit. Now I did get very lucky with the server I got the Chalice in, as they already defeated 410 of the 500 mobs, so don't expect getting it in the same time I did. Now the strategy is super simple. Server hop defeating elite pirates. Yeah, it might sound anticlimactic, but it's the best method to spawn a Dokkan fast. I also recommend to get the 10 Conjured Cocoa ready beforehand, since you might die and just lose the Chalice while grinding the Cocoa. And for the 500 mobs, you can easily find people who can help you defeat them on Discord, and most servers will already have like 100-ish mobs defeated. So yeah, that's my strategy to spawning the Dokkan fast. Anyway guys, that's the end of this video. If you found this video useful, you'd probably also find this video useful, which tells you how to get the God's Chalice fast. That video will play after this outro ends.